Well, the Congo Basin forest spans across most of Central Africa and is the second largest area of continuous moist tropical forest left in the world. The Congo Basin Forest Partnership is a U.S.-led initiative to promote the conservation and responsible management of the Congo Basin's tropical forests. In the coming days, the U.S. facilitator of the partnership will be leading a facilitation team on an important trip to the Central African region. Joining us now to explain more about the Congo Partnership is Matthew Cassetta, the U.S. facilitator of the Congo Basin Forest Partnership. Mr. Cassetta, welcome to Africa 54.
Thank you, Vincent. It's a great pleasure.
Now, first, let us get some sense of why the U.S. is interested in this area.
Absolutely. The U.S. was a founding member of the Congo Basin Forest Partnership. Colin Powell led our delegation to the World Summit on Sustainable Development back in 2002 in Johannesburg. And together with the partner governments of the region, we felt that a new platform that could really coordinate and promote cooperation in the region was needed. As you know, this is a region with a lot of amazing biodiversity, but also some real challenges in terms of infrastructure.
And talking about challenges, we're talking about one of the areas with notorious poor governance and instability. Absolutely. How does the U.S. go about, actualizing some of those great ideas in that kind of environment?
Well, the partnership as a whole is far beyond the U.S. There are 70 partner organizations and institutions, including 30 governments, but also including universities, private sector companies, and some real important NGOs that are on the ground executing projects for development. So the U.S. really feels that this is an opportunity to improve governance in the region through a variety of different programs, including training and just providing tools and expanding opportunities for participation and collaboration.
Who do you talk to in some of these countries where you have governments that don't even control part of these countries?
Absolutely. We actually work with partners on all levels. So there are national level institutions in many of the countries. For instance, forest ministries, national parks authorities, but also ministries of health, education, and also local communities, provincial governors, really actors at a broad array of levels who all are stakeholders in seeing the forest sustainably managed for future generations.
And people have a lot of interest in this, including other powers like China. They're very big in the area and are benefiting a great deal from their resources from the Congo Basin.
Right, absolutely. First of all, let's look at the local stakeholders. I think we have to see that the forest and the biodiversity is really a storehouse, a wealth of resources, of materials, of food sources, medicinal plants, which are all used by local communities. And they're very, very important to local communities. Fuel wood, for instance, remains the single largest source of energy in most of the region of the Congo Basin. Now, other countries also have growing interests. You've seen the interests of some larger states, such as China and others, in looking at commodities and how they can access and gain benefit from exports of raw materials and other resources.
But realistically, in terms of the insecurity of that area, how can the U.S. help kind of stabilize the area in order for such programs really to succeed? Because if you have rebels, swarming this forest, it won't help.
Right. There are security concerns in several areas of the basin, but let's keep in mind, Vincent, that this is a vast area spanning 10 countries, and it's over 500 million acres, or over 200 million hectares of land that we're talking about. So really, it's spanning states as diverse as Gabon, which has one of the highest standards of living, as you know, in sub-Saharan Africa, to some of the poorest states. The Central African Republic, which has been going through some real difficulties recently. And again, the interventions and the projects by the partners that are implemented are of such a diverse nature. They're everything from village-level training to improve fishing and agricultural techniques to training of government officials.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Cassetta. When you come back, how about coming back to the show to tell us about your trip?
Absolutely. Be a great pleasure.
Thank you
Vincent.
very much. Well, Mr. Cassetta, or Matthew Cassetta, is the U.S. facilitator of the Congo Basin Forest Partnership. Thank you very much for being with us. Now, we want to know what you think about Africa 54 and the stories we cover. Join the conversation on Facebook. The address is Africa 54. And check out our headlines 24/7 on voaafrica.com.